What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to another deck profile here on the channel. Today we're covering one of my favorite decks, Dark Synchron. Now, Dark Synchron got a couple new good cards coming out in the last 10 there with Junk Speeder, but alas, Omega got hit, and so did A Hero Lives. So that kind of shut down the combo to get out the 4 or 5 Omegas a turn. So I went ahead and I took that idea, threw it on paper, figured out some things, tested some things, and I came out with this deck that we're looking at today. It's probably not the most consistent, probably not the best, but there's ways in this deck, there's a combo that is crazy good, and if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section below, and I will definitely do a combo video to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But you can pretty much end with a really good board that they're going to have a tough time getting around. The bad part about that, you have to go first. This deck is not really all about breaking boards. There's a few ways to get around that, and you can break a few boards, but if it's really big, if they U-link it, it's all over. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below in the comment section, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. And if you do enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because all your support is greatly appreciated. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video and get started. So starting it off, since it is a Dark Synchron deck, you're playing the 3 Dark Synchron. One of the better cards in the deck, level 3 tuner, warrior, really good card, and you know, deck's named after him, so it works. You're then playing 3 Doppelwarrior. Doppelwarrior's also super good. I saw some guy on Zodiac Duelist, he made like a 3D Jet Synchron token or something like that. Like, he uses it, it's really cool, with a 3D printer, I guess. Trying to convince him to make some Doppelwarrior 3D prints. So if you're watching this out there, I need them. So 3 Doppelwarrior. Then you're also playing 3 Jet Synchron. You need a lot of Synchrons in this deck, you need a lot of tuners just to get your plays going and to maximize the possibility of you actually opening them in your hand and getting your plays off. Next we're playing 3 Armageddon Knight and 3 Malicious. I feel like that's a staple in any warrior deck as of right now. You can play Vion as well, but I don't really see the need of it in this deck. It's really bulky, and you can probably brick with it, and there's just too much going on. We're also playing the 3 Junk Forward. Junk Forward was kind of like a last-minute addition to the deck. The reason being, I really like the idea of going into Isolde. That really gets your plays going. But sometimes you don't have 2 warriors you can get into right away. So if you're able to get into like a Junk Forward and then any kind of warrior, whether it be Armageddon Knight, your Junk Synchron, your Doppelwarrior, anything at all that's a warrior, you can easily get into Isolde and get your plays going from there. You can also use a tuner if you need to, but I don't really see that happening all that much. Next up, we have 3 Hero Kid. This is one of the key parts of the combo that I was talking about earlier. This card you really don't want to open in your hand. If you open it, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get your combo going. You can go ahead and do your combo with 2 of them, but if you open up more than 1, you're really screwed. I kind of was thinking of leaning towards a 60 card variant just to make sure I don't open this, but with Synchrons the way it is and you need to be able to get to all the cards as quick as possible, I just feel like that would be super inconsistent. Then we're also playing 2 Rescue Ferret. Ask me questions in the comment section about why I play this card. I randomly came up with an idea while I think we were on our way to the YCS. We were driving to YCS, the 200th YCS, when I was thinking about it. And I didn't have these. I picked them up there, and then the idea formed while I was there of how to play the deck, and I built it on a whim during day 2, and I tested it, and the combo was really cool. You just have to be able to get through it. I mean, if your opponent has hand traps, it's kind of rough. If your opponent already has a field that has negates on it, it's kind of rough. But if you're going first and you have like a Called by the Grave, and you can get this going, oh, it's so good. And just to see like your opponent watch you use all the Synchrons and stuff, it's pretty great. Then we're also playing the 1 Glow Up Bulb. Just another 1 for 1 target, as well as tuner, and it pluses really well with your Rescue Ferret. So, great card. I'm playing with the common right now because I actually didn't have my ulti with me when I was at the YCS. So I just went to a random vendor and spent $1 just to get this. So my ulti glow up somewhere around here, I'm just not sure where. Then we're playing 5 hand traps, just to round off the monsters and the traps, I should say. So you got the 2 Ash Blossom, those to try and stop your opponent, as well as we have the 3 Infinite Permanents. I just feel like this card is too good not to play right now. Being able to activate it from hand when you control no cards on your opponent's turn is really good, especially if they have like the Amano Iwata or anything like that. But this is really to stop the Goki board from going off, because if they U-link you and they Gumblar you to hell, then there's no real coming back from that, for sure, unless like you top deck a Kaiju and a Junk Synchron or something, but other than that. So those are the only 3 traps we play. Synchrons tend to be a very combo-oriented deck, so if you open up too many traps or too many hand traps or anything like that that can stop the combo, you just end up dead in the water anyway. Moving on to the spells, we have the 3 tuning. Allows you to search out your Jet Synchron, your Junk Synchron. Sometimes you can get lucky with that mill, a lot of times I'm not, but if you can get lucky with the mill, it's pretty busted. Then we're playing the 2 Called by the Grave, hopefully there to help stop against the hand traps. If they ash you, if they ogre you, draw and lock you, anything like that, hopefully this can help get you out of that bind. You just have to be able to open it or draw into it. Then we have the 1 Foolish Burial, the 1 Monster Reborn, the 1 for 1, and the 1 Reinforcement of the Army. All good staple one-ofs in the deck that you really want to see. This is more of a win more card. This is good to get Glow Up at the Grave or Doppel, depending on what you have in your hand. 1 for 1 can either get Glow Up Ball or the Jet Synchron, and then Reinforcement can add your Doppel Warrior, your Armageddon Knight, Junk Synchron, anything you really need. So it's an all-around good card. Wish it was more, but obviously it's never going to come back to more than that, or else it's going to get abused way too much. Like I said, we are playing the Eyes Old version, I mentioned that earlier. So we do play a few equip cards. We're playing the 1 DDR, the 1 Living Fossil, and the 1 Moon Mirror Shield. I feel like all in all, these are the 3 best equip cards for the deck. You don't want to play more than that because they can get bricky. You mostly just want to be able to dump them. I was playing 2 at first. I was actually just playing these 2, but then I added this in because if you have that in your hand, or you open it up or anything like that in your opening hand, and you have like the opponent makes a board or anything like that, and you can just activate it and like attack into their stuff and try and get over it, and then you can just shuffle it back if you need to into the deck, and then you can use Eyes Old to dump it. So just really good at spinning it back in there. Moving on to the extra deck, you only play 3 links. You have the Eyes Old, the Summon Sorceress, and the YuGiOh. You actually use all 3 of these in the combo that I mentioned earlier. It's a pretty busted combo, but when you get done with the combo and you have your board built, you actually have used, I think, 13 or 14 cards in your extra deck, so you really have to be able to know that you're going to win with that board. If they break that board, it's all over from there. There's a lot of times where I've built pretty good boards with the deck, but I've lost just because like they've broken the board, and then I just don't have anything left to use. Like once you're done with your extra deck, there's nothing you can really do. I was thinking about siding, like Jar of Avarice and whatnot, just to like shuffle things back, but I digress. Moving on to the Synchros, we're playing level 2 Formula Synchron, level 3 Martel Metal Marcher, and then your level 5 Junk Speeder, your TG Hyper Librarian, and your Excel Synchron. All in all, the best one is probably going to be your Excel Synchron. Junk Speeder, you can't use its effect, or else you can't actually do anything but Synchro Summoning, so you kind of need to know when to and when not to use that card. TG Hyper Librarian is a good card because it can net you draws, but a lot of times when I'm playing the deck, I end up seeing myself trying to play for the draws and not actually for the combo itself. So you just have to be careful and think more about where you want to end up and not about all the draws, because you can net a lot of draws in the deck, but if you'd end up with a subpar board and you just have a bunch of random cards in your hand, unless you can get like 3 impermanents into your hand in both Ash Blossom, and they didn't stop you during your play, but I just feel like Excel Synchron's a lot better because you can dump things and go from there. We're playing 2 level 6s. We have the Stardust Charge Warrior and the Coral Dragon. A lot of it's just going to be leveling through the Synchro tree, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Allows you to draw when it's summoned. You can attack monsters and whatnot. And then this one can pop if you need to for removal, and as well as a tuner. And you can if it's sent to the grave, like if you Synchro with it or anything, you can just draw. So yet again, more draw power. Sometimes good, sometimes not. Got to be careful. We were looking for some removal in the deck. Black Rose Dragon, obviously best removal card in the game, but we're not playing it because a lot of times you don't want to blow up your board, because then, if you use it, you blow up your board, then what do you do? So this stays on the field and you can just spin one back, and I think that's really good. Just a one of level 7. You can use it and then move on to your level 8. We have 2 level 8s in the deck. We have the Cyflame Lord Omega, Rip having the dream of being able to do 5, as well as the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, one of the key components of your board at the end of the combo. And then we have level 9 Trishula, more removal, able to get around problematic cards. Anything that says like, oh, if it destroyed by battle or card effect or anything like that, you can just remove from play instead. If you're megaing your opponent, you can mega them twice if you can get to the DDR, and then Trishula them for another one, so they're down to 2 cards, and then draw into their third, so they'll only have 3 cards in hand. Hopefully that can stop them as well. And then we also play the 1 Stardust Warrior. It's a really good card for the deck. Just negates special summoning. So when it comes down to it, if you can end with like a Saryuja, this, Crystal Wing, and like maybe an Omega or Trish or something like that, pretty good board that they have to try and get around. You can just negate their summons and then, you know, negate their effects with the Crystal Wing. But that is the entire deck right there for you folks. 40 card main deck, or actually no, it's 41 card I believe, 41 card main deck. I could throw another Ash Blossom in, make it 42, but I'm still a little iffy about it. And then 15 cards in the extra deck. Side deck's kind of iffy right now. It's all about up to personal preference and where you're playing. If you're playing at the regionals, locals, YCS, nationals, it depends on what you think you're going to be seeing. So just think about that when you're building the extra deck. And then you also want to look at, or the side deck, and you also want to look ahead and figure out what in here you could possibly think about taking out. It's a combo heavy deck, so a lot of times there's nothing really even to think about siding out, honestly. So you're kind of stuck with what you got. So you got to figure out and hope that you can build the board you can. So if you're building the deck, build it right, practice your combos, figure out where you want to end up and how you want to end up, depending on what you're seeing and what's in your hand. So yeah, I think that's all I got, guys. So yet again, if you have any comments or anything like that, anything you think I should change in the deck, or any questions about how I'm playing the deck, or if you want to see the combo video, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because all your support is greatly appreciated. But until next time, guys, my name is Nathan, the Scrub Academy, signing out for now. Peace out.